Hi, let's get into this properly and rightly. I appreciate the football owners and the foreign talent in the Premier League, but the situation is this. Let's be honest. Who doesn't want to see more English people in the Premier League and mix and blend the English talent to German, Spanish, South American, African, Asian? It's great to have that mix. It's great to have that blend. I love it so much. But for England's sake, the Premier League is the English Premier League, and foreign owners, don't do enough to support the youth of English young players, and therefore they're failing us. I think we should do the German style of people buying clubs. Unfortunately, a billionaire to buy a club from a billionaire. I think they should sell to communities and people who are committed and dedicated and passionate, obviously, and buy them, share the money, obviously, and make these clubs into what they like by Munich or Borussia Dortmund or even okay, Schalke 4, whoever in big time, who used to be good, or Frankfurt, or in Spain, Barcelona, Real Madrid. I mean, they might be now run by foreign owners, but or Juventus, or Lazio, or Roma, or in Turkey. Oh no, not Turkey. In Turkey, in like Holland, Ajax, PSV, or in um. Basically, why can't we be um? I'm all up for being part of Europe and everything, and I'm lefty, but I'm passionate about that. I hate right wing mongs who in this country, scum. But basically, when it comes to football, it's important that we don't sell everything off abroad, and I think the FA are weak and failures basically. They just give into money, and we don't want that. We want to have the FA Cup. We don't want billionaires from all around the world playing the FA Cup. When we could have players who could be that level, who are English, who are developed right and everything. But unfortunately, this doesn't come through because the development of players is not like obviously the players you get from abroad. So I'm saying simply that if we did a German style ownership and be passionate about our own, then yeah, of course. The other thing I think about coming up with is Ireland. The production of youth in Ireland. They're way off, but they should be at. Basically, you get lots of Irish players in the Championship and are not Premier League level. And the youth system in Ireland is basically terrible. It's basically it's Um, and the management education in Ireland is they've got to be in England to learn how to manage a team, how to play a formation, how to kick a ball at Premier League level, if you're good enough for the Premier League, and players. You can see Ireland where they failed to qualify for the Euros because they basically were abnormal or pathetic. And they got England on Thursday, and they're hoping hell they're going to beat England. I actually went to Wembley for one of my birthdays and saw England against Ireland, and I thought England was shambolic and awful, and Ireland actually had a bit of spirit. But this time around, I can't see Ireland having a flying hope in hell. Aaron Connolly, being a Brighton fan, yeah, sure, of course. I support the players, but at the same time, I've got to be realistic to them that they need to improve massively, enormously. But then half of them are probably about 30 anyway. Our youngsters, I would be inspired by the practices and the training of like Messi, Mbappe, De Bruyne. I'm not saying they'll get to that level, but inspired by how long they work, how long they train, how good they want to get, be realistic. You don't want to just be playing for your country. You want to be doing more than that. You want to be on the world stage. You're not on the world stage. Okay, you qualify for Euros. You're on the European stage. You get to World Cup. You're on the world stage. But no one's going to recognise. No one's going to remember you if you go out of the group stage. Or okay, second round they might more so. But yeah, basically yeah. That's the problem with Ireland. That is a strong problem with Ireland, and it's unfortunate. It's dismissive, but it's right, and everyone's gonna see that, what it is, and yeah, and for cricket in Ireland, well, that's no matter, isn't it? Yeah, that's a very I think if you want to be realistic, for entering a test match, it'll take about 10 years. I mean, one day in 2020 it's possible, but a test match could take 10 years. All I'm saying is basically the structure of Ireland, cricket in Ireland, infrastructure, how you like to, and the development of players is basically like Glamorgan or Northamptonshire or Worcestershire, basically, if you know cricket. Rugby, obviously, they're one of the best in rugby in the world, probably, but definitely in Europe anyway. Basketball, who's good in UK in basketball? Actually, there's another thing we want to come up with. It's really big. This might take about 5 minutes. Basketball is massive in Europe. Massive. Big in Asia. Massive in Europe. All those Brexiteers out there probably hate basketball. But until this, one for all, it's the most fun, decent, great sports there is. I love it passionately. I've got an NFL shirt on because I follow the Philadelphia Eagles. But basketball, basically, I started following it as a kid. I went to America for 3 years, and I came back to UK, and I couldn't enjoy it more. I was just basically, and what EA Sports have done, so you can't visual simulate games, is pathetic. And EA Sports have got to pay for that responsibility. Yeah, basically, basketball is the best, along with football, and I love cricket. But basketball is high scoring, high endurance, fitness is incredible, and basically you have to be fitter to be good at top level basketball and potentially football. Basketball, I'd say, is probably the second order sport worldwide to football, and it's gaining on football. So I'd say to the people in England and UK and Ireland, if you're not into basketball, then we've got no hope in hell. If you're from London, Brighton, Manchester, Bristol, Nottingham, Chelmsford, wherever in UK, Southampton, wherever in UK, you need to sort it out big time. If you're into basketball, the government won't, but it should pay for infrastructure and pay for resources and pay for and make Sport England bring back basketball because this country's ridiculous. Scrapping basketball after one of the Olympics we had, funding was just absolutely pathetic. Because basketball is massive in Europe, it's massive everywhere apart from the UK basically, and yeah, everyone loves watching LeBron James. Everyone loves watching Stephen Curry. Everyone loves watching. What's his name? Anthony Davis. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard. That's it. And Anthony Davis. Everyone loves watching basketball. He's what in head. People who don't, everyone's allowed to have their personal views and everything, but I would say unfortunate for you massively. And basketball is about its support, it's about its people, and the NBA had a great finish. Unfortunately, with COVID-19, there was no fans. As soon as this Chinese disease and Chinese learn to not eat everything that moves, the better. So, and not eat things alive and whatever. So basically, yeah. Yeah. I I've always blamed China for this, and their attitude towards animals is they like animals basically. They are animals basically, in my opinion. The way you treat animals is unhuman-like, it's pathetic, it's scummy basically. Um, Without being racist, but yeah. So to me, basketball is definitely the best along with football and cricket. I've got three that are equally at the front. I love rugby. I love the Six Nations. I love the Rugby World Cups. And I love NFL. I love the Philadelphia Eagles despite the shit this season. But yeah, that's how it is. What sports do people suggest for me to bring up next time with all serious reason? Because I'm off now. And thank you for watching this YouTube. And follow me for future ones. And take care. If you're not a Brexiteer, always